You guys want to do all signs or you want to do a collective? Tell me in the comments which one you want to do. Do you want me to do a collective to see what comes out, or do you want to do all signs, what's going on in your current energy? You guys want to put it in the comments which one do? Which one? I can do one collective, and then we can go right into ask a question, get an answer, or I can do all signs, seeing what the energy is around you. All signs, Red Apple. Okay. I like your screen name. It's cute. Cast your vote in the comments. You guys want to do all signs or you want to do collective? And we'll get started. All signs, Heidi. Okay. Good morning. All signs. All right. All right. Well, let's just get started with all signs since we've got a couple of people said they want to do that. All signs. Hi, Lisa. How are you? All right. Let's start with Aries first. We're going to see what is the energy around you, Aries. Comes to Aries and their situation. What is the energy with those with Aries placement? You've been isolating yourself. Somebody's disrupted your peace and you feel like you have to isolate yourself. This is an ex that you used to be happy with, but you're not over this person. October could be significant. Could be the last time you spoke with them. Their birthday could be in October. Tell me more about this in Aries' energy. I'm hearing that song, You Can Have Whatever You Like. So this is somebody who wants to be back with you for the long term, Aries, but you're not open to this. You want to be open and date other people. Okay, who is this person in Aries' energy? They're not over you. You're secretly not over them, but you're isolating yourself from the idea of going back to this person. So maybe they try to communicate. Maybe you're on the fence on whether or not you actually want to be with them. Look at that. You're coming out in your own reading. Hopefully you can see the card with the background. This is somebody who actually dropped you in the past and they've come back around. Yeah. Let me be honest with you. The reason why this person's coming back around is for physical intimacy. They are wanting you to open up and give them a relationship, but they want an actual open relationship, meaning they want to date other people. Maybe they want to date you, but they want to sleep with other people. Why does this person not want to have something exclusive with Aries? Look at that. We've got the Emperor and the Empress. You guys could be married. Maybe you're separated. Maybe you're pending divorce. Why is this person not wanting to be exclusive? So their heart is with you, but when it comes to the physical intimacy, there's something about this person gets very like euphoric and very excited over the idea of being with people they don't know. There's something about strangerness that this person has in their energy. All right, well, what's going to happen? Are you going to take this person back, Aries? What's going to be the likely outcome? You could have a child or children with this person. You could be married to them. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you may actually end up coming back around. Here's the problem is the communication is really bad between you and this person, Aries. And it could be that this person may say, I'll do anything to get you back. I want to be with you. But they may not tell you that they're still going to be open to sleeping with other people behind your back. So you got to make sure you use your discernment. Yeah, they're definitely going to come in with an apology. You got to use your discernment, use your intuition to ask the question to yourself. Do I feel like this person is being honest? Or do I feel like this person is not being transparent? You'll feel it. Your body will give you like some type of physical reaction when you have the conversation with this person. But it looks like you've been kind of isolating yourself away from this person. You could be dealing with a water sign, an earth sign, a Taurus, a Leo, and another Aries, and Capricorn. Okay. Let's move on to Taurus. Welcome into the chat. Hi, Paulette. How are you doing? All right, let's see. I forgot to put the banner up. I'm sorry. Let me do that right now. All right, we're on Taurus. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, Taurus. What's going on for those with Taurus placement? What's going on in their energy? What's around them? Hi, Soul. Is it Svetlana? I don't know if the V is silent or not. Good morning. Hi, Lonnie. How are you? All right, Taurus, what's going on in your energy? What's around Taurus placements? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good, Taurus? You achieved something recently that was really big, worth acknowledgement. And somebody around you, they didn't want you to change. They're very jealous. So maybe you recently graduated college. Maybe you recently got a big promotion. This is somebody who they patiently thought you were going to fail. This is a kind of like a hater in your energy. They thought that you wouldn't finish, you wouldn't succeed, you wouldn't get that accomplishment. And now they think that you're going to change now that you've achieved it, and they're super jealous of it. They miss the old you, the version of you where you held yourself back, you were not accomplished, you were not somebody who was very ambitious, and that shifted, that changed. Maybe you recently lost a lot of weight and you've changed yourself physically, and now you're getting more attention. There's somebody around you that is very, very jealous. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person thinks because you've changed your physical appearance that you've manifested whatever it is that you want. Maybe you recently got into a new relationship. Maybe you got engaged, you got married, you finished school. This person feels like you're going to change the friendship or the dynamic between the two of you. They're really, really jealous. Yeah. Maybe you recently got engaged, or like I said, maybe you met somebody truly amazing and you feel like you met the one. Your best friend, your cousin, whoever this is. Yeah, look at that. For some of you, you got double blessing. You got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, which is significant. You've got a new achievements in your life, and this person around you is really, really jealous because they actually were secretly lurking, waiting for you to actually fail. They weren't waiting for you to succeed. All right, why is this person so hater-ish? Because they're not in your position. They're not ambitious. They're not driven. They are not doing what they need to do. This could be even a coworker. Maybe you got a promotion. You got a really big promotion. You deserved it. This is a new achievement for you that you worked really hard for, and you should be really proud of yourself. You're in a really happy place. Well, this person is not happy for you. They're kind of standing in your shadow, and they don't like that. It's making them feel insecure. It's making them miss the version of you that used to not be ambitious or not really step out, but now you're stepping out, and this person doesn't like that. All right, well, what's your advice? What's going to be your advice with this person? How to handle this situation, Taurus? What's this advice? Five of Swords. King of Pentacles. I'm hearing I worked really hard for it. And the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. For some of you, this is actually your spouse. We've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. You've met your future spouse. You've met the person that you're going to potentially build a business or spend your life with. And this person is super jealous of that. So your best piece of advice is if you've come into a new achievement, you should be really proud of your success and don't let this person disrupt your peace. Just move away from it. If this is somebody who is hating on you, they are super jealous. They can have what you have. They have to just put in the work. So your best piece of advice is don't let this disturb your peace. Okay. Let's move on to Gemini. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? Gemini. All right, Gemini, what's going on in your energy? What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good? What's going around Gemini placements? Those with Gemini, what do they need to know? Somebody around you that you were either in a commitment with or you wanted a commitment, they damaged the situation between the two of you and they're acting like they don't care. The month of February is significant. Okay. Could be your birthday, could be their birthday. This person does not want to waste any time. They know that they walked away from you, but they want to be honest with you now. They know that they need to do some healing. They don't want to move on from you. They're acting like they don't care, but that's not true. Give me one more. Gemini. They don't want to let you go. They're afraid that if they don't do something, that you're going to move forward and you're going to find someone else. All right. Well, who is this person for Gemini? They did something significant that damaged the connection. Who is this person for Gemini that's in their energy? Hi, Bianca. How are you? Who is this person in Gemini's energy? Eight of Swords. It could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're very much caught up in their head. They're realizing the negative damage they've caused. We've got the Moon in reverse. So this person did not listen to what their inner GPS was telling them about the way they were acting. They could have put you in a third-party situation. This is somebody, it feels like it feels like a beat down. Like you've been beat down multiple times by this person and they know they've damaged you. For some of you, it's been 3 times. For others of you, it could be 5 times is what it feels like. Why does this person want to come back and commit now after they've done all the damage? Why do they want to come back? Here's the thing is, they realize that you are somebody that they could build with for the long term. If they got their stuff together, the two of you together could be really, really successful. And it could be a financial success. Maybe you were going to partner up. Maybe you were going to start a business. You were going to grow something for the long term. This person sees the significance of what they're losing. It's almost like the building has collapsed. It's like they're having a heart attack thinking about, not literal, but like, is it called? I don't know what the word is, but where they feel like it's collapsed, like the tower has collapsed. They're gasping at, what have I done? Why do I keep doing this? Why have I destroyed this connection? Why are they doing this? Why have they done this in the past? Why did they allow the damage to get so severe that you have walked away? Why is the damage so severe here? This is a person who really kind of focused on their own happiness. They didn't focus on the two of you. They only focused on themselves. They were worried about what made them feel good, what made them feel a sense of accomplishment. And we got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody who maybe likes a lot of attention. Maybe they were doing things that were compromising the trust in the relationship, compromising the commitment, the integrity or the loyalty of your connection. Tell me a little bit more about that, Sun. Tell me more about the Sun for Gemini. Yeah, the King of Cups. They were very much attached to other people giving them affection or emotion. They were an attention seeker. What's going to change? Because they want to come back, but I don't see that they've really done the healing work. So they're wasting no time to come back because they realize that what this tower is, what this collapsing of this 10 of Pentacles could have been. What are they going to do? Because they haven't done the work. Are they going to do the work and try to still have you? Yeah, they're going to try to heal. They may find that you are somebody who maybe it's like a guiding light for them with that Sun, that maybe you're the person that needs to be significant in their life in order for them to actually do the work. Maybe you're somebody who's naturally happy. Maybe you have a natural glow. Maybe you're naturally very much positive in your life. And this person is recognizing that you are somebody that if you're patient with them, you could actually help them heal. you could be that pillar of strength to help them move away from the damage they've created. Why aren't they just doing it on their own? Because it's kind of selfish for them to expect or put that upon you. Why are they not doing this on their own? King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and 5 of Swords. They don't know how to effectively go about it. They see that you bring stability and security that they don't. You have something within yourself that you know who you are. This person maybe doesn't know who they are. Maybe you see them for who they are, but they don't really see themselves. It's almost like they got blinders on. All right, what's going to be the outcome here? What's going to be the outcome for Gemini? I'm hearing that song, just let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? Here they come with their judgment. They're going to come in with the truth that they want there to be an equal give and take. This person has always been a taker. They've taken attention, taken time, taken your love for advantage, and now they know they can't do that anymore. So they're hoping that with this judgment that they can be honest with you and you can help them be able to give you what you know you already deserve. You'd be dealing with Earth sign, water, Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, and Taurus. Okay. Well, let's get you some advice. Use a different deck. What's going to be the advice for Gemini? Part of advice. Let's see advice. Use your discernment. Use your higher power of your intuition to help guide you in concluding, do you feel that it makes sense for you to help this person, or do you feel like they have created so much damage it's not worth the effort anymore? You're the only one who can create your reality on what you want to focus on, but you do have some hidden feelings about this person and the situation. All right, let's move on to Cancer. You're welcome, Kim. Hi, Patrick. How are you? All right. Cancer placements. What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good? What's the energy around Cancer placements? Thank you, Kim. I hope you have a beautiful day. He's an Earth sign, Taurus. Okay. All right. Somebody wants to send you an important message, Cancer, an important love message. This is somebody who burned the bridge with you. You said no go. I'm not taking you back because this person denied the truth of maybe what you said to them. Number 7 could be significant. The month of July could be significant. What is this? This person had a fling with somebody else. Could be a physical, intimate fling. Could have been an emotional fling. Either way, you called this person out on it. They denied it. And you feel like they burned the bridge. Well, this person couldn't provide you with true happiness in the past, but they want to circle back around. Okay, well, the month of October could be significant. 25, 52, 20, 27 could be significant. And 32, 35, 37 could be significant. All right, who is this person that wants to come back to Cancer? They're in a low vibration. I'm just going to forewarn you. Who is this person? You might be shocked to see that you're going to get a text message pretty soon from them. Who is this person? 9 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. Somebody who's holding on to you. They see you as a wish fulfillment. Why did this person deny the fling? Well, first, let's back up. What happened? Why did this person go towards somebody else? They either flirted with them emotionally or they intimately were with this person. Why was there a fling in this person's past? Ooh, that was pretty rough. 2 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So this person that they had a fling with is somebody they have a past with. This past person reached out to your person and said, hey, let's see if we can work it out. Let's see if we can get back together. Maybe we can work it out. Maybe we can give it a second time, a second go. That's why your person went towards this past person. What happened with the past person? What happened here? Your person didn't see a future with them. This person that tried to convince your person to leave you for them, they realized that they didn't want to really build a future with this person. This feels like they knew this person a long time ago and they circled back around, and your person's not the same person they were when they were with this person in the past. Okay, this person could be a earth sign or a water sign. All right. Well, now they want to come back to you after this fling situation. They're sending you an important love message, but they're still in low vibration. First of all, why are they in low vibration still? They burned the bridge with you. Four of Cups, because they know that they've missed a major opportunity. And Temperance. They haven't done the work. They haven't healed. They're going to come back around. They're going to try to have a fresh start after they burn the bridge. But here's the problem: is they haven't even built the bridge yet. They have not built to meet you halfway. It's kind of like the bridge is burnt. You're on one side, they're on the other, and they're yelling from the other side of the bridge, hey, I love you. Come back. But they're expecting you to either meet them in the middle or rebuild the bridge for them. They're in a lower vibration. They don't have the capacity right now to be able to build the bridge. All right. They want happiness. They feel like this other person that they went towards isn't going to be able to provide them the happiness that you could. They want to work it out with you. What's it going to take for this person to do the work, to get out of low vibration? Well, first they have to accept the denial of the fling, of the emotional fling, the sexual fling, whatever it was. They have to admit to themselves that they did this. And once they do that, they have to admit to you that they did this, that they hurt you, that they did go towards a third party. And they need to be fully honest with you about it. The only way you can heal a relationship is when there's 100% transparency. And then that's the starting point forward. But your person's in a low vibration. They're still in denial about what they've done and why they've done it. All right, what's going to be like the outcome here for Cancer placements? Five of Cups. They're coming home. Six of Wands and the Death. They recognize if they do not come back and send this important message, this bridge will never, ever be repaired. It's like you will leave the site. You will be done. You will walk away. And that is the problem. They're scared of that. All right. What's your advice? You have free will to do what you want. You know, I tell you guys that all the time. Just because somebody comes back doesn't mean you have to take them. And it doesn't mean you don't have to take them. But your first piece of advice is if this person is not going to acknowledge the denial of what they've done, you're kind of at a stop sign that you can't really go anywhere. You're going to be sitting at that stop sign until this person recognizes they have to do the work, which means they have to put their ego to the side and they have to humble themselves and they have to be vulnerable and they have to be transparent. And for you, your best piece of advice is you may not be too hopeful when this person comes back knowing this information. Now, energy can shift and change based on what you do, based on what they do. But right now, this important love message is coming in. And here's the thing. When the message comes through, it feels really good. The ego likes the message of somebody wanting. It's the thrill of the chase or the thrill of the attraction. But the problem is you're not too hopeful about it because they're not doing the work. And it's okay to accept their apology and say, thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging whatever you're going to acknowledge. I appreciate that you have feelings, emotions for me. However, I also appreciate that you could be empathetic and sympathetic to not deny the wrongdoing. And what are you going to do going forward? How are you going to rebuild the bridge? Because you didn't do it, so you can't rebuild the bridge for them. They have to do the work themselves. So your piece of advice is it's okay to accept the apology, but you have to be really honest with yourself. Do you see a future with somebody who's done this that is not wanting to accept the accountability? Give me one more part of advice for Cancer. So this person coming back is kind of coming back in selfish energy that they're seeking happiness really just for their own happiness. You can manifest what you want. Put your mind to it, but put action into it. If you want to invest the time and the efforts to help this person, you have free will to do that. But the Magician is saying that you can manifest whatever you truly want and desire. And manifestation is not just thought. It's actually the action, which means maybe this person needs outside resources to help them recover or help them figure out why they want to avoid the truth. You know, maybe it's talking to their mom or their cousin or a counselor. And maybe you can help them with that resource. Okay. You could be dealing with water sign and Aquarius, fire sign, Earth, Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius, Taurus, and water placements. Okay, well, let's move on. Hi, Judy. Hi, Patrick. How are you? Happy Saturday, everybody. All right, let's move on to Leo. 28, 27. If you guys are joining the live afterwards, I'll put the timestamps down below. You can see exactly, skip around to your sun, moon, or Venus placements. Welcome in. Thank you for joining my live. I appreciate it. If you could please like the live, put a comment, I would appreciate it. If you could share the live, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's look at Leo. Those with Leo placements. What's going on with the energy around Leos today? Leo, what's the energy around Leos? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? Never give up. There's some promises coming towards you, Leo. Somebody's hopeful and optimistic. They want to restore faith. What's the energy around Leo? Things they need to get off their chest. Somebody wants to get some things off their chest. They want to talk to you. They keep checking their phone nonstop because they're hoping that you are going to call or text them. It looks like you're not. This person is projecting. They could even be mirroring. You both could be looking at your phones. They are in their divine feminine energy. You're the frequency that they want to be at, which is in the energy of forgiveness. Maybe you've already forgiven yourself for this person, Leo. Maybe they made a lot of promises they never kept. Looks like they are immature. And they're going to tell you it's hard for them to open up right now. They see you as their life partner. They may have said, you're the one for me. I don't want anyone else. All right, let's get into this, Leo. Who is this person that keeps checking their phone to see if you have reached out to them? They are struggling opening up, but there's some things that they want to say, some promises they want to get off their chest for you, Leos. One more. Somebody in their divine feminine energy. So they're kind of waiting to receive something from you by checking their phones. All right, who is this person in Leo's energy? 27, 28 could be significant. 1986, 1968 could be significant. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 10 of Cups. 7 of Cups in reverse. This person wants to defend their stance with you. They want to talk about this happiness, this eternal happiness that they want. This is an individual. They don't have other options, Leo. If you're wondering, is this person with somebody else? Did they go towards someone else? Is there a third party? I don't see third party romantic here with the 7 of Cups being in reverse. All right, so what's going on with this person? Why is this person... You might be in separation with them because there's some things they want to talk to you about. 5 of Cups. They want to talk about the hurt. They want to talk about their emotions. They want to talk about their feelings. Maybe the hurt or emotions they have for you or themselves. What's 5 of Cups here for? What's their intentions here? They want to work this out. So if you're in separation or you had a recent fight with your person, Leo, they want to make some promises of what they're going to do to fix this. They want to come together. I'm hearing 3's a crowd. Okay, what's going on here? What happened in the past with Leo and this person? What happened in the past? Hi, Sylvie. 7 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Knight of Wands. This person impulsively would lie to you a lot, Leo. This person's thought that their lies were working for them, but they realized that it did not work for them. What were they lying about? Maybe they said they were at work, but they weren't at work. What were they lying about? Boundaries that they said they put in place, potentially around certain things in their life, they did not do that. They wore a mask. You see the mask on that picture? They portrayed or projected the truth. All right. Why did they do that? Why were they projecting? 3 of Swords. They could have been projecting, protect their own ego from hurting themselves. They could have known that you'd be disappointed if you knew the truth. All right. Well, why are they coming towards you? They want to make some promises, get some things off their chest. What is this? What do they want? They want forgiveness. They want to clear the air. They want to tell you what the truth is now about this mask, about what they're going to put an end to, what they're going to change. All right. This person could be shackled to something. Knight of Cups, they made a lot of promises. This is what they want to tell you. They want to tell you they made promises about putting an end or cutting things out in their life, putting healthy boundaries in place about certain. Is this a person or is this things? This feels like things. 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Yeah, about things that they didn't. So they want to be fully open with you now about it, that they were being very immature in the past. All right, well, what's going to be the likely outcome here for Leo and their person? You got the Hierophant. Could be dealing with the Taurus. 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. They're coming in really, really fast. Page of Pentacles. They're coming in with a lot of communication about how they juggled telling you the truth in the past, how they did make a lot of promises that they projected that they knew were not going to be fulfilled, and that they were immature. All right, what's your advice? What's the advice? They're coming back in for commitment. So if you're broken up, you're in separation, they're coming back for commitment. What's going to be the advice for those with Leo placements? The Fool, 2 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles again. King of Wands. You know it's going to be a risk if you take this person back because they're immature. I will say this for your advice, Leo. Base it on how do you feel when you talk to this person. Do you feel like they're your comfort, they're your peace? Or do you feel agitated? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel anxious? I see there's going to be an opportunity for you to clear the air with this person. And with that Fool, your best piece of advice is you do know it's a risk if you take them back, but you do have the opportunity if you want to have a new beginning with this person. You could start a new cycle with them. It's going to be based on your feelings. Give me one more for Leo. 10 of Swords. You have to be able to wipe the slate clean if you want to have a new beginning with them, which means you can't keep throwing in their face what they did in the past. You have to fully come full circle within yourself to say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to start over and I'm going to forgive you, because they're coming back asking for forgiveness. Yeah, the Justice. They're going to be truthful and honest with you about what they were projecting about these promises in the past. Okay. Let's see here who you're dealing with. You'll be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Gemini, Virgo, water, fire, Leo again, Earth again, Earth again. A lot of Earth and fire. All right. Let's move on. Hi, Cinderella. The way it works on my lives is I go through and I do all signs. At the end, I do ask a question, get an answer. So feel free to stick around to the end, and then I will do the bonus, which is ask a question, get an answer for free. All right, we're going to go to Virgo. Welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, Virgo. Someone's trying to ignore you, Virgo. What's going on? I'm hearing that song. This magic moment, your lips are next to mine, will last forever. All right, Virgo. What's going on in the energy for Virgo placements? Somebody could be 55 years old. I just said this magic moment. Look at the card that came out. Can you guys see it? Plays with witchcraft. You might be dealing with somebody who plays with magic and witchcraft, Virgo. All right. Letter K could be significant. What's going on in Virgo's energy with their person or them? Somebody was stringing you along, Virgo. You could have been stringing somebody along. This person feels like you were stringing them along. They're miserable. Okay. They're single now, or maybe they want to be single. They're not moving on from you. Okay. What is this energy? This is somebody whose heart is broken. Urgently broken. They want to see you. So if you walked away from somebody, you went no contact with somebody, they're playing with magic or witchcraft, trying to see if they can get you back. They want to know if it's too late because they're miserable without you. You're too precious to them to lose. This could be a situationship. They want you to be empathetic to their needs. They're abandoning themselves. And the past is on repeat with you and this person. This person needs to raise their frequency. All right, well, let's see what's going on here. Virgo. Whoever's in your energy is miserable. They're heartbroken. They are single, so you may not be in this. Might have been like a situation, which I talked about the other day on a collective I did about between single and commitment. Situation is like somewhere in the middle, which has become such a norm now. But it's really just a falsification of what is actually happening, which is one person's committed and the other person is not. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Senna. Hi, Elvie. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Claire. Hi, Donna. So let's find out, Virgo, what happened in the past with this person. Page of Wands and Judgment. So there was a lot of communication, but there wasn't a decision made. So maybe you were stringing them along. Maybe you were kind of making them chase that carrot. They wanted a commitment. They were waiting for it. They felt entitled to it. They felt like they put in the work or the effort. The communication was there, but there was not a decision maybe on your part to give them that. And now they're miserable. They feel hurt and heartbroken. They want to see you. They want to know, is it too late? I'm hearing that song. It's too hard to say goodbye to yesterday. This is how this person feels about you. They feel like you are intertwined because you have a past life together. They may think you're soulmates. They may feel like you're the one for them. They are playing with magic and witchcraft, trying to get you back. Okay. Well. Yep. Knight of Cups. They are so obsessively in their feelings over this. Five of Pentacles and the High Priestess. I told you they've abandoned themselves. This is what their intuition is telling them, but they're ignoring what their intuition is saying. Like, hey, Virgo's not the reason why you feel this way. It's because you kind of forgot about yourself inside. Their intuition is screaming at them. Instead, they're trying to cast spells. They're maybe looking up spell work. They're doing witchcraft. They're doing magic. They're trying to get the universe to bring you back to them. All right, what's going to be like the outcome here? Four of Pentacles, I told you, they're not letting go. If you recently have felt like the heaviness of this person, that's why. The Knight of Swords, yeah, they're definitely trying whatever they can. But they're stuck because you're not coming towards them. You may be divinely protected. You may have protection around you. Maybe your guides are protecting you. Your angels are protecting you away from this person. This person's kind of crazy. So you are protected. So it looks like this person's, whatever they've been trying to do, it's been blocked. Maybe you're well aware. Maybe this person is a witch. Maybe you know that. All right, what's your advice, Virgo? What's the advice for Virgo? Knight of Wands. Hold on 1 second. Dogs are barking. Hold on. Okay, I apologize for that. Okay, your advice is the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Wands. I'm hearing don't wear the heaviness or the burden of this person and what they got going on in their head and what they're trying to do. The Emperor. Yeah, be very, very much knowing that you don't want to be with this person. You've moved away from this person. And if you feed into the energy of this person, it's going to reactivate and you're being protected away from it. So accept that it is over and stand your ground by not re-engaging with this person. Okay, you could be dealing with an Aries. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a Cancer placement. a Taurus, a Capricorn, a Libra, or a Pisces. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Libra, you're up next. All right, Libra. Hi, Alice. All right, Libra. What's going on for Libras? What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good? Libras. All right, Libras. Somebody maybe just got a paper cut. Seen a paper cut coming. All right, Libra. Somebody's between worlds of letting you go and coming towards you. Yeah, they're thinking about rushing in, but they're overthinking it right now. They're afraid if they come in and admit that they still want you, that they're going to look like a chump. They're super emotional over you. Man or woman, doesn't matter. They think that maybe coming back together is just better for both of you. That if they admit it, they're afraid of looking less than. They had shiny new person syndrome. This is somebody who tried to go towards someone else. Maybe you're married, maybe you live together, maybe you have children together, and there was a transitionary period where this person thought they would just move away from this. They're realizing they're too invested. It's kind of like, like if you start a race and you start running, yeah, you could quit halfway, but then what type of accomplishment do you have if you quit halfway? And that's how this person feels. They're already invested with you and them. 25, 26, 52, 67 are going to be significant. Their choice is defining them right now that they have to embrace that they created a really bad situation between the two of you and they want to change that. They realize that the people they went towards, they just were giving them empty compliments as companionship, that this is somebody who did this in the past. So they did it again, and it's because the two of you got in a fight. You got in a fight, you got in a disagreement about something. They felt stuck, that it was over, that it was done, and that it was probably better that they left before it got worse, and then it was better for them to be single. Now they're realizing that's just not true. All right, well, let's see what's going on here, Libra. What happened in the past between you and this person? Libra and their person. What happened in the past? Excuse me, my throat closed. This could be somebody who, when it takes time for them to be accountable, when it's time for them to show up and be accountable in the heat of an argument or a situation that doesn't go their way, they run away. They think that, I'll just go find somebody else. And here's the thing. When you're in a fight or an argument with somebody, yes, you can go find someone else, but you're dragging that luggage right in there into that new relationship. And that's what this person did not realize. They've done this before. So you know this is your person because you know they've relapsed and done this before. Yeah. They get hurt. They get, their ego gets hurt. And then instead of them addressing that hurt in the moment, they decide, I'm just going to leave. I'll go see if I can find a new opportunity. And I'll just put a boundary in place between me and Libra. This feels like somebody you're married to or you live with. And they left. Okay. So now, here in the present moment, they're realizing I actually am invested. Psych, just kidding. I don't want to do that. I try to go towards other people, but I realize that's not really what I desire. Okay. Yeah. That's that Six of Swords. They're realizing it wasn't an easy transition. You can't just replicate a relationship or history or feelings. All right. So they do want to come back. They want to rush back in. There's your Justice. They know that coming towards you is an unknown charted territory. They don't know the way you're going to receive them when they come back. How are you going to receive them? Hi, Adrian. Hi, Tora. Hi, Francis. They know you're going to be mad, big mad. They know that you are probably not going to put up with them. Tell me about that Nine of Swords. You have a negative thought, a negative taste in your mouth about them. The last time you spoke was this hurt, this disappointment. You may not give them an opportunity. For some of you, you may say, you know what? No, I've been through this before. I don't want to enter the circus no more. All right, well, what's going to be the likely outcome? you do realize this person is disturbing you. Look at you sitting there, confident, knowing exactly who you are. And I'm hearing you're not entering the circus. So you're not clowning around with this person. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, the Death card. You're like, no, I think I'm just going to work something else out, but I've already accepted that it's over, it's done. So I don't see you embracing reconciliation with this person. Okay. What is the saying? Once shame on me, twice shame on you. That's what it feels like. All right. What's the advice for you, Libra? What's going to be your best piece of advice? What's your guidance? Judgment. Don't wear a mask to what the truth is. 10 of Cups. Are you happier without this person? You know, here's the deal. Sometimes you realize when somebody leaves, you're like, oh, I'm actually a little bit calmer, not so worked up. I'm not as stressed out, I'm not as anxious when they're not around. It's nice. You may be happier without them. Look at that, the Empress. Okay. You are like, hey, I can do what I want. I can go where I want. I can be in my power. I am taking care of myself. You feel more value potentially with this person. And you need to focus on loving you is your best piece of advice. Whatever makes you happy. Oh, look at that. You got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Here they come. So it's some of you are definitely married, or you share a child, or you share a home. So you have free will to do what you want, of course. All right, let's see who you're dealing with, Libra. All right. Scorpio, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Libra, Water, Earth, Virgo, Libra, Earth, Air, Pisces, and Pisces again. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Scorpio. Welcome in, welcome in. If you guys came in after the live started, I will put the timestamps afterwards. Stick around to the end. We're going to do ask a question, get an answer free at the end. Please like the video and share it, the live. I would really appreciate it. All right, we are on Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on in your energy? Somebody could be a barber or a hairstylist. Scorpio, what's going on around you? I'm hearing that song, must have been love, but it's over now. Somebody wants to confess that they actually do love you, or they did love you, or they are in love with you. Okay, Scorpio. Did you make a wish hoping this person would come sweet talk you? Butter you up a little bit? You may be getting that wish. Let's see what's going on here. What's the energy around Scorpio? Somebody may have a heart tattoo, 3 hearts in a row. This person wants to create peace between the two of you. They're ready to be who you need them to be. This is big love. This person has really a lot of love for you. They had tried to distance themselves, but they're surrendering that they're not doing that anymore. They're not parting ways with you. Maybe they said they were, but they're not. They're in their divine feminine energy. Yeah. This is somebody you thought this was just a short-term commitment, that they committed to you, but it was just for the short term. Well, they got stuck emotionally. And this is what it was, is this person didn't expect to have strong feelings and emotions for you. They ignored it. And then they were like, okay, I'm just going to leave Scorpio and I'll be good. And I'll just plan my future elsewhere. They tried to distract themselves or distance themselves. The further they got away, the stronger the emotions got. And now they realize, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't stay stuck in these emotions. Must have been love, but it's over now. That's what they want to confess to you. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see who this person is. One more. Scorpio. Hi, Jen. Hi, Tina. Hi, Vivian. All right, Scorpio. What's the energy in the past? 2 of Cups. If you if this was a short-term connection, but you felt the intensity of the emotions and you intuitively just knew that this was your person, this person had strong feelings too. They are mirroring that energy, but in the past, they did not want to accept it. They maybe you guys were hooking up, maybe you're sleeping together. They thought it was because of the intimacy, the physical intimacy. And yes, there was a bond created from that, but the original was not because of that. And this person tried to project it. They tried to act like, oh, it's just that. It's not that my heart has feelings. It's just that I have physical attraction to Scorpio. That's not what it was. All right, let's see what's happening here in the present energy, because they tried to ignore it and they realize they can't because they're stuck. So they want to confess it now. Scorpio's person, the current energy. Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. Here they come. They're coming now with an opportunity to confess the truth, what they actually are feeling in their heart. It's like there's a little tiny door that's open and they're ready to go through that. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody for some of you, this has happened for the last 8 months. This could have been 8 months ago. They've been caught up in their head about this, that they can't deny it anymore. They tried to just part ways and act like it was no big deal, but there's no denying this. There's an interaction the two of you had that it's not physical, it's emotional within the heart space. Their heart chakra has been open. All right. What do they want when they come back? We know they want to confess these feelings and emotions. They want to put an end to the suffering of the wound that they know that was self-inflicted, that they created. All right. What's going to be the likely outcome here? The Four of Wands and the Devil. They're obsessed with the idea of the two of you being together. You are their safe place. They have a burning desire to tell you this truth. Could be a Virgo, could be a Capricorn. This confession is not going to be easy for this person. But they know that they have to. Because they can't escape it. It's in their head like 24/7. They can't let it go because of that devil energy. There's an obsessive thought that they can't release it until they speak it. And it's because Spirit is bugging them to say, hey, you need to go towards your person, and it's safe to be honest. Even if your person doesn't want you, at least you clear what you're feeling in your heart and your soul. All right, well, what's your advice, Scorpio? This person's finally going to surrender and do this. First, let's see when this is going to happen. Timing-wise, when are we looking at here for Scorpios? Could be by October. Between now and October, you're going to hear from this person. What's your advice? You are hurt. You are disappointed. You have to get to a place of peace, of accepting, to be able to forgive yourself and to forgive this person if you want an opportunity of reconciliation. If you want to be able to come into union with this person, you have to get your emotions under control, because your emotions could be very erratic. They could be very overwhelming, where maybe all you do is cry and you can't really get to the baseline of your emotions being equal. Even though you may still love this person and maybe you are still hurt, you might need a little more healing before they return. And focus on that. Focus on the way you would want this person to love you. Love yourself that way right now. And that will get you into the vibration where your emotions are not all over the place, that you don't feel overwhelmed with them. Yeah, there it is. There's your peace. Get to a place of comfort with understanding. Ask yourself, why did I go through this? What did this experience with this person teach me about myself? Because every situation, every relationship is a reflection of what we have to learn about ourselves. Okay. Could be dealing with a water sign, fire sign, air sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer sign, Pisces, Leo, Sag, and Cancer. All right. Let's move on to Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. 5757. You could be 57 years old. Your person could be 57 years old. Sagittarius. What is the energy around Sagittarius placements? What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good, Sagittarius? Somebody is not going to give up. They're ready to chase you. They want you to trust them again. They're having a lot of intimate thoughts about love. They're about to break their silence. So if this is somebody that they went no contact, there's no communication, they are going to break their silence. They see the two of you having a bright future. Things have changed in their life. So if they said to you, hey, I'm not sure if I want a relationship, and they broke up with you, yeah, they went no contact with you, things have changed. They don't want to be in separation anymore. They see that the two of you have something that beautifully could be really powerful if they just embrace the possibilities. And they think about you every day. So Sagittarius, if you're finding that you're starting to think about this person a lot, like all the time, it's because they're thinking about you. They're tapping on your energy. All right, well, let's see what happened. What happened with this person? Why did this person ghost you, break up with you, go no contact with you? Why did this, what happened in the past with Sagittarius and this person? This could have been a newer person. Sagittarius. Yeah, they definitely closed the cycle out here in the past. Why did Sagittarius person go no communication? They missed this opportunity. They dropped the opportunity. They could have been discontent. They might have been more focused on building themselves financially. So maybe they felt like, you know, I don't really have time for a relationship. I need to work on my career. I need to work on school. I need to work on my business. They were making plans for their future, but the problem was they were not including you in that future. So instead of looking at the big picture of what they were losing, they were only looking at what they were gaining if they broke up with you. And that's what happened in the past. Is they decided, you know what, I'm not really emotionally in this. I'm emotionally driven towards my money, my success, my endeavors outside of a relationship. And they dropped this opportunity with you. Okay. Well, now they're realizing they kind of fumbled it. All right. So what's going on here in the current Sagittarius person? Yep. You are their 10 of Cups. And the Page of Swords. They're seeing something different than what they've seen in the past. So I'm trying to think. You know, like when you're at a store and you see something far away and you're like, oh, that kind of looks okay. I don't really know. But then you go up to it and you're like, oh, wow, this is really nice. It's really pretty or really colorful or really soft. Like, the impression up close is different than the distance. And that's what your person is seeing is the distance has made your person really see that they could have created something really long-term with you, not just something temporary, even while they were building themselves financially or finishing school or building a business or their career, whatever their future plans were, they're realizing now that they should have included you in that. They didn't make the necessary plans in the past. They thought, oh, they'll just get rid of the relationship and it was no big deal. They're realizing they can't do that because they're having all these intimate thoughts and they know now you don't trust them because they did this. All right, well, what's going to happen here? 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords. There's that obsessive thoughts and there's the Hierophant. They're learning what they lost and what they potentially want to get back because they value it. And that's you. That's the situation the two of you had in the past, that relationship, that commitment. They truly believe now that you are somebody that now they're in alignment with you. Maybe you're somebody who was already successful with your career. You had already, you know, broken ground with where you wanted to be with your future, but they had not. Maybe they were behind the times. Well, they're finally catching up to you. And they truly believe now they're in alignment with where you were back then. But are you in alignment with them anymore? That's the question. So let's see the outcome. Because you may not be. Oh, Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. Looks like you dropped this. You're like, I don't trust this person. I don't feel that I can give my all to this person. I don't feel like I can commit to this person because you have already focused on yourself. You didn't want to live in the shadows of the break. And look at that. The Wheel of Fortune, your luck has actually shifted immensely. You've created a lot of goodness in your life since the break and the separation. This person's still going to try their luck and try to come back. So let's see, what's your advice? What's the advice for Sagittarius? So it's everybody's getting this. What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? Is this person somebody you want to bring back into your life? Get really excited about whatever it is that you potentially want, because it can work out if you want it to work out, for sure. This person is definitely going to catch up with you wherever you're at in your life. They're in alignment with you finally. And for some of you, you may say, yes, that's what I want. For others of you, you may say, no, I'm going to keep I don't know if you see it. I want to keep my options open. So, okay. You'll be dealing with a Taurus, an air sign, Aquarius, earth sign, fire, another Sagittarius, a Leo, a Virgo, a Gemini, or a water sign. Okay. Let's move on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Why is he crazy, Rebecca? I don't know. I'm not sure who you're talking about. We're going to ask a question and get an answer when we get done. We're on Capricorn right now. We got 3 more to go. Okay. You're welcome, Patrick. I hope you have a good day. Happy Saturday. Hi, Michelle. How are you? All right. Capricorn, what is going on around you? Capricorn placements. One more. All right, Capricorn. What's going on? Capricorn. If you guys like the live, please like it and put a comment. I would appreciate it. If you're coming in after I got started, timestamps will be up after the live is over. Stick around to the end. We're going to go all the way through Pisces, around, and then we're going to do ask a question, get an answer for free. All right, Capricorn, somebody's cold and detached. Number 6 is significant. They know they were acting foolish. They were having fun, but they were stuck in that cold energy, but they're unstuck now. They're going to tell you, hey, I was influenced by some bad people, friends, family, coworkers. I was influenced. That's why I was acting like a fool. But I love you. They have unhealthy people around them. There's toxic people around them, negative people around them. They're trying to figure out how they can put you on a pedestal. They know you deserve it. You might be getting flowers very soon with an apology note. Okay. They know you want to be chased. They're ready to chase you. They're actually looking at you through a fake profile. So if you've noticed somebody who they're either 28, 27, or 26, and you're like, oh, I feel like that profile isn't that person, that you would be right. Capricorn, that is that person that you're thinking. Yeah, pink and yellow roses are significant. You block this person, well, they are hiding in the shadows. They're lurking in the shadows. They don't really want to tell you why they ran away, but they want to express their feelings and emotions. They're kind of a moody person too, which I seen that when I was shuffling. I wanted to see if it came out. You'll know who this person is because this person is significant. They have significant mood swings. Like they're up and down, up and down. You don't know whether you're coming and going. They're one of those people you got to read the temperature, read the room with them before you can engage with them. All right, Capricorn. Oh, thank you so much, Lady Red, for commenting. I appreciate it. I can't stay, but I like to comment and support. I love that. Thank you so much. Hi, Sean. Hi, Genevieve. All right, Capricorn, what happened in the past with this person who was under bad, influential, unhealthy people? Capricorn, that they're blaming as to the reason why they went cold and detached on you, and they're blaming as to the reason why they were acting like a fool. Okay, so beg, borrow, and plead. This person is around people that are just Takers, all they do is take. Maybe your person has a lot of money and they give money to their friends and their family. People who overgive are people that are undergiving to themselves. So this person is somebody who doesn't really give to themselves. They allow other people to take from them first. Yeah, this is definitely influential of family or friends. Could even be an ex that they are still friends with that is still lurking in the shadows, okay? Yeah, this person has a lot of hurt in their past. They hurt you because they're hurt. They went cold and detached on you, acting like a fool because they were influenced by other people around them. Other people said, oh, it's never going to work. Don't go towards that person. Just leave that person. Let that person go. They're realizing that's not true. They realize, you know what? Maybe you guys had a fight, you had a disagreement, and you weren't in alignment, and they had a mood swing, and they went when they were in their mood swing and told their friends, their family, or their grandma, or their cousin what was going on, and that person influenced them. Oh yeah, just break up with them, just go cold, just ghost them. There's so many other options out there. You don't need to put up with that person. That's what happened. They got influenced by people who are not healthy, that run away from their own problems. Never take advice from people you don't want to trade shoes with. So, okay. Currently, oh, my throat almost closed again. They're seeing the truth clearly now. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. So they've been crying over you. All obstacles, they know they have to defend what the truth is, that they were acting like a fool. They got stuck under the influence of other people and their bad decisions. And there's that Four of Swords again. And they've been thinking a lot about it. And they're thinking about it now. That's why they're stalking your social media, using a fake profile. Here, they're trying to formulate what they're going to do because they know that they have inflated their ego by what they've done, by going cold and detached. They thought they were macho, or they thought they were prideful because of the unhealthy influence. All right, well, what's going to be the likely outcome? Because we know what they want to do. So what are they going to actually do? What's the likely outcome? What's their intentions here? Ooh, the Hierophant. They're learning about what belief system they should have. Should they believe other people that are unhealthy, or should they believe themselves what they know to be true? That's what they're understanding now. That's their intentions. The Magician, major arcana for the outcome here. And the Justice. Wow. This is a significant lesson for your person. They're learning the truth of the unhealthy people around them, and that they lead with those people too much. They go towards those people too much, and those people make them feel stuck. It's kind of like somebody who's been at a job a long time. All they do is complain about it. And they're like, oh, well, that's the job I'm at. I've been there so long. I'm just going to stay there. But then that's all they do is they complain about it. And who wants to be around a bunch of complainers that don't want to do anything? They don't want to do anything. And that's what your person is seeing now, that they truly believe they had to go through this experience, because now they feel stuck with what they thought was a belief system in the past. They feel like if they continue that belief system, they're going to stay stuck in their life, and they don't want to. And that's what they're realizing. This is a significant lesson for this person. Okay, so what is going to be the likely outcome? This Hierophant's coming through, so they want to be able to come towards you. They want happiness in their life, and they realize they have to come towards you to have that happiness after a sense of defeat. So they could be putting an end. Confidently, they're putting an end towards going towards these other people, getting advice or counsel or guidance, because they don't want to trade lives with those people. So they're realizing that. All right, well, what's your advice, Capricorn? What's your advice? I'm hearing, give me another chance. So they're going to ask for another chance. Ooh, the Lovers. Give me, what's the advice? You have free will to do what you want. Get to a place of peace with, what do you want to do? Do you want this person? Do you want to move away from this person? Do you kind of want to go back and forth and make a better decision later on? You don't have to make a decision right away. Yeah, look at that. 2-2, 22. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. You may feel blinded about what to do with this person. On one hand, you want them, but you do realize they do get influenced very easily, or you may even believe they get influenced easily. The other hand, you may be like, you know what? I can understand that. That's happened to me in the past before, and I would want forgiveness. So you have a tough decision. I mean, go back and forth and make that best decision. What is your your heart saying? What's your soul saying? What is your emotions telling you about this person? Can you trust? Can you rebuild the trust? Because trust will have to be rebuilt with a situation like this. You have to be honest with yourself about that. Okay. You could be dealing with a earth sign, air sign, a Leo, a fire sign, a Libra, a Gemini, Aquarius, a Libra, a Taurus, a Gemini, a Leo, a Virgo, an earth sign, a water sign, and a water sign. All right. Let's move on to Aquarius. Hi, Sean. Hi, Cressida. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. What's going on for the Aquarius placements? What's going on in the energy around them? What is it you need to know? What is it you need to hear? Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm hearing one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. Somebody is becoming very aware of themselves because of you. You pushed them away. You said, you know what? It is what it is. I'm no longer entertaining you. Well, now they're watching you. And they're becoming very aware of what you told them, that they are controlling and they need to build their life back up and they need to have some type of goals or ambitions for the future. And they are concerned because they think that you're going on dates. They're trying to hold back from you. They're trying to be really disciplined to hold back, but they're quietly missing you. And they're jealous that you could potentially be on dates with other people. They think about that. They sit and think, oh my goodness, the collective could be out with somebody else. They could be sleeping with somebody else. They could be talking to someone else. And they're trying to rebuild themselves and they want to rebuild with you. But they feel like you pushed them away because they were, could be married to this person, could have shared a home with this person. This person didn't have any control over what they were doing. All right. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What happened in the recent past with Aquarius and this person? Your intuition maybe told you there was more hope in the future without this person than with this person. Two of Cups. Eight of Swords. Okay, so you were married to this person or in a long-term relationship with them. You were really caught up in your head that you felt that the relationship really ran its course. That, you know, some relationships, they're meant to end at some point. You don't have to have every relationship for the rest of your life. There's lessons to be mastered. And this master lesson you maybe needed to learn in the past with this person as to why you left them or why you broke up with them is because there was an overall, you know what, I'm just not emotionally happy anymore. I'm just discontent. And I'm tired of feeling caught up in my head and not really getting where I want to be emotionally. Like maybe it was creating where you were constantly having headaches, or maybe you couldn't sleep because you're like, I'm laying in bed next to this person and I'm miserable all the time, that they don't care about me. They don't love me the way I need to. There was almost like a sense of overall umbrella disappointment that you felt with this person. And the struggle is you maybe held on to it for a very long time because you thought you were supposed to be with this person. You thought they were your twin flame or your soulmate or the one, or, you know, you thought that it was destiny. And it was potentially for a lot of you, but sometimes fate and destiny shift and change. The wheel changes and you're meant to pivot in a different direction. And that's what happened is you realize that you didn't want to be miserable anymore. So you left, you pushed them away. You broke up with them, you divorced them, you separated, you moved out, whatever it was, you pushed them away because this person was not willing to do what they needed to do. They were controlling what made them happy, but they weren't doing anything to make you happy. Okay, well, now they're aware of that. Okay, so they're disciplining themselves, trying to hold it together. They're jealous that you're living your best life. You're happier now than you were with them. So what's going on now? Yeah, they're watching you. They see, they observe, and maybe energetically feel that you have left them. that they have been curious about you. They've been trying to gather information about you and understand, why is so-and-so so much happier now? I want to be that happy. I want that. I want to live the best life. I want to live their life. I want to be in their life. And then they're thinking back of the good times the two of you shared. They're thinking about the good memories that the two of you had. I'm hearing bended knee. They're wanting to get on their bended knee. Okay. Because they feel like they don't have what you have. They feel the loss of what you brought into the relationship in the past. Okay. There's the truth. So if you're in the middle of a divorce, they want to interject. They want to stop the divorce. If you're in a breakup, separation, they want to circle back around, come full circle and close out the breakdown. And they want to come back into union. They want to tell you what this truth is, what they've observed about themselves, what they're learning about themselves because of you and the relationship and the vision that they have. And they don't want you to push them away anymore. They don't want to be pushed away. They feel like they've been pushed down. Their knees are skinned and they don't want to be pushed down no more. Yeah, a lot of you are married to this person. Could be divorced from them now. They truly believe that they didn't understand the value in the past. Maybe you had a lot of conversations with this person. You told them you were unhappy. You told them you were miserable. You told them you wanted them, but you didn't want them in the way that they were being controlling by not giving you what you needed. Maybe they weren't loving you the way you needed to be loved. They realize that now. All right. Well, what's going to be their intentions here? Because they want to come back. They want to give you the confidence that they can resurrect this connection all by themselves when they come back to you. That they know you don't have to do it. You just sit down and you watch them do all the work. There it is. The Death card is about them making a major transformation is their intentions. The version of themselves that didn't help with the housework, didn't help with the kids, didn't help with the home, didn't help with doing anything. They let you do everything that left you depleted and miserable. They're realizing they're going to pick up everything that they needed to change in the past. They're going to do that now. All right. Well, what's going to be the likely outcome? You're about to be surprised with this Tower. You're like, what? Why? Why are you coming back now? For some of you, this could be for quite some time. 6 years, 7 years, 3 years for some of you. So you're going to be shocked. You may even laugh like, this Joker is really going to come back. Yep, they definitely are. It's going to blindside you. Here it is. Here's your Ace of Cups. They're like, yes, I want this. I'm so sorry. I should have been empathetic to your emotional needs. I failed myself. I failed you, and I don't want to fail anymore. Will you please forgive me? Will you accept my apology? Will you allow me to redate, to reacclimate this relationship? That's what they're doing. They're coming in for that. All right. Well, what's your advice? What's the advice for Aquarius? What is the best piece of advice for Aquarius? King of Pentacles. I heard stand on business. Ace of Pentacles. And 4 Cups. If you're interested in an opportunity, it's going to come back around, but let this person prove to you their stability, their security, and how much that they're willing to do for this commitment. You don't have to do anything. Okay, could be dealing with a Scorpio, an earth sign, a water sign, earth sign, air, Aquarius, air, Libra, Sagittarius, a Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, let's move on to Pisces now. All right, Pisces. Hi, Amy. All right, Pisces. What's going on in your energy placement? Pisces. What's going on for Pisces placement? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? You're going to get a Valentine's card from somebody in the mail. I'm seeing Tuesday or Wednesday. Somebody allowed a third party to interfere with your family dynamic. Somebody that you have a child with or children with. This is somebody who they let this third party interfere and they thought, you know what, I'm just going to be single and independent. They weren't really ready for what a family environment. So you may have a child with this person, or maybe you wanted to have children. They weren't ready for that. But now they're realizing that they can't stop thinking about you. They're still holding on to you. Even though they're still not ready for this upgraded lifestyle of a family, they do want to come back because they want to sleep with you. Okay, so there's like a lustful energy in this person's presence. Okay. Some of you had a pregnancy scare with this person. All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. Pisces. I'm hearing going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. The Hangman. So in the past, this person was holding on to not giving you what you wanted. You wanted a proposal, you wanted engagement, you wanted to move to the next level. Maybe you were already engaged, you wanted to get married, you wanted to live together. You wanted something more. This person was stalling. Okay. They were focused on themselves because they weren't ready. Yep. They were very defensive. They pushed you away. They were very guarded in the past. All right. Well, why are they now realizing you're somebody significant and they want to make a change? Because they feel a sense of loss in their life, lost love, but they're still holding on to you and the opportunity of the two of you being together. They think that it can work in the long term, but right now they're just wanting an intimate encounter. Why do they just want to have intimacy? There's a sense of spontaneity. You bring a spark to the bedroom that they enjoy. Look at that, the Chariot and the Seven of Pentacles. They're really, right now, they don't want long-term commitment. They don't want to get married. They don't want to get engaged. They don't want to live together. But they want to commit to just sleeping with you. That's what they want to start with. They want to initiate with just having intimate relations. Okay, what's blocking this person from giving a full-blown commitment to you? This person may have a child that they have to take care of. And they fear, maybe you guys have a child together. They fear of that, taking care of that all by themselves. What is this? Tell me more. What is this? Yeah. Is it, okay, hold on. Is it because of financial? Yeah. This person fears that if they go to the next level of commitment, it's going to put them financially in a pinch. There's something about money that is making this person hold back. Maybe they fear if they give you a commitment that they're going to have to pay more of the bills or they're going to have to take on more responsibilities. There's a financial expectation this person sees when it comes to that next level, and they're not prepared for that. Maybe they're not even financially in the position to give that to you. Okay, what's going to be the likely outcome? You are significant to this person. They're very loyal to you. There's the World. So they're closing out the cycle. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Knight of Cups and King of Swords. Some of you, this person has already has a child with somebody else that's like 13, 14 years old. They're coming in with communication. What are they going to tell Pisces? What's this King of Swords going to tell Pisces? That they want to commit to you, but not the way you want or you need. They're wanting to give you the official, yes, we're exclusive, but nothing beyond that. Will they eventually get there? No, they're going to defend their stance to not go there. So whatever you were expecting from this person for the next level up, they're just not going to go there. Yeah, look at, they get caught up in their head, obsessively having negative thoughts of the idea of whatever that is. All right, well, what's going to be your advice? What's your advice, Pisces? The Star. Heal yourself for your future. Eight of Pentacles. You need to get busy working. If there's something you wanted to build for yourself when it comes to the financial aspect, you need to get going on that. Yeah, look at that. It's going to bring a lot of stability and security. Focus on that. Maybe there's things that you are supposed to be single right now also. Whatever you're supposed to be building, maybe you're supposed to be saving up money to buy a home. You're supposed to have some type of stability or security. You're supposed to be working on that right now, not this relationship, not this situation with this person. It may disrupt your path in a different direction if you do. Entertain it. Of course, you have free will. All right, you could be dealing with, I think it was Virgo at the bottom. Yeah, Virgo. Another Pisces, an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius again, Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, Leo, a lot of earth and fire, a ton of earth and fire. Okay. Now, hi, Claire. Let's do ask a question, get an answer. Shut this off. Okay, I think that one on there. Okay. All right. Let's switch gears here for hi, Kim. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me put some lotion on. My hands are dry. Hi, Gianna. How are you? Hi, Claire. Oh, all right. Ask a question, get an answer. You guys know how it works if you've been on my live before. When you ask your question, I'm not going to slow down the news feed. So if I don't answer it and I'm going down the line, you have to re-put it in the comments. So let's get started. Let me shuffle these 2 decks and then we'll get moving. Happy Saturday. Welcome in if you guys are coming in late. I will put the timestamps for the live after the live is over. All right, Patrick. You're up first, Patrick. You and Nathan. What's going on? Chapter's closed. The world. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. You need to turn around, Patrick. There's somebody else that's behind you don't even see. Amy, what's new for you? What's new for Amy coming in? A King of Wands, somebody from the past. They want to heal and fix things. You're a little bit anxious about it because you want somebody else, but the somebody else that you want is actually not very honest. So get really clear with your intuition. It's going to guide you because the person from the past is worth giving a reconciliation with. This other person that you're going to try to go towards, they're very deceptive. They're very, very dishonest. They may have air in their chart or earth in their chart. Kim, when will I find new love? When is Kim going to find new love? What's going on with Kim? You're manifesting right now. You need to let go of when. And you need to focus on ending something. You still have a little bit of hurt and disappointment in your energy. Somebody that you keep thinking about, you keep pulling in your energy placement, it's leaving you stuck. But once you finally put an end to that and you say, you know what, I'm not energetically connecting to that person, I see you do have love. And this person could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The month of June could be significant also if you do the work now. All right, Karen, is my boyfriend faithful? Has he cheated? Karen, what is the energy for Karen's boyfriend? He's a Knight of Cups. He likes to make a lot of empty promises. Is he being honest? Yes or no? Yes, he is being honest with you. Whatever he told you, he is being honest. Junetta, what's coming in next week for you? Junetta, what's coming in for Junetta? Somebody that you are holding back from or held back from you is going to try to come back and work things out with you. Be aware they want to have a passionate new beginning. They're going to offer to spend some time with you. It's boom, chicka, boom, boom. That's what you got coming in. Be very aware that's all they want. They're coming in deceptive energy. Okay. We do have retrograde get ready to start. So that brings back all the people from the past. Gianna, do you ever see me and Joey getting serious with one another? No, it's going to be a missed opportunity. A strong missed opportunity. I do not see that. Let's see. Donna M. I'm in denial. Is my husband divorcing me? Donna, are you seeing clearly? You're defending something you want to heal, Donna. You need to be confident investing in fixing whatever has been hurt or disappointed in the situation between the two of you. Can it be restored? Yeah, you know what? You can actually manifest a new beginning once you work through that hurt. So I don't know if you hurt him or he hurt you. Either way, hopefully, if you can work on the investment of working through that hurt, then it's going to benefit you immensely on being able to try to fix things. Marta, what will my person do towards me? Marta, what is the energy with the person? They're going to abandon this. Why? This person doesn't have a lot of hope or optimism for the future. There's a sense of anxiety they have. This person could have mental or maybe they have like depressive episodes. It does look like they may pull back from you because of it. Salva Trice Rose, is he coming back? Well, I see the Wheel of Fortune. Nope. I don't see that happening. I think that this person observes what happened between the two of you. They're being a little bit stubborn or rigid. Lizelle, ghosted suddenly, no contact for 3 months. Will he reach out to me? Lizelle, is he going to reach out to you? Lizelle, is he reaching out to you? Yep. Here he comes. I'm hearing, here she comes, just a walking down the street, singing do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Yeah. Don't overgive on that when they return. Let's see. Is it Valeda? Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Dogs are barking. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. There was a solicitor at the door. The dog was barking. I'm so sorry. Okay, Laura, is he coming back? Laura, is he coming back? Yes, he's definitely going to come in with communication. You may see it in the next 8 days. Okay. Beach, how are the next few months looking for Beach? The next few months, how are things looking for you? I see you're going to have a new beginning, something you're investing in. You're going to have a lot of options too. You may be investing in yourself. You might spend a little bit of time by yourself, potentially until May. And then when May starts picking up, it does look like you have a lot of options coming towards you. You have some men and women. So you have both genders that are very attracted to you. You can decide who you want to invest in, but I do see you're about to have a new beginning. Let's see. Gita, is my husband coming back? He's thinking about whether or not he should. Yep, there's the Hermit. He's trying to figure out if he really wants to do this or not. He feels like there's a risk factor. There's a sense of also innocence in his energy. He feels like you act like you're innocent, but you're not. He wants you to see clearly that you play a part in all of this also. And if you don't want to accept that, it does look like he will miss out on the opportunity of coming towards you. So there could be an accountability factor that needs to happen or transpire between the two of you. Okay. Irene, will Jim ever be mine? Irene, will Jim ever be yours? No, I don't think so. There's third party here. Let's see here. You're welcome, Gita. Will Michael propose to me? Amy. Will Michael propose to Amy? Did he tell you he was going to propose? I see there could be victory and success at some point, but if he proposes, this may not be what you want. In the future, it's going to be around other people, like around his friends. When you guys are all out and about, he may like just do it spontaneously, but there's other people there is what it looks like. Janine, is anything coming in for Janine? Janine. I see you being single and independent right now. You strongly need to work on your anxiety, Janine. So if you have anxiety about meeting somebody or putting yourself out there, you need to work on really loving yourself first. I do see if you can work on building up that strength, then there is somebody that you could meet that would be a really stand-up person, somebody who really knows who they truly are, and they're very stable. They may not be somebody you're physically normally attracted to, but they are somebody who their character and their integrity is really, really strong. But you need to work on that anxiety first. Okay. Bianca, are they sorry about what they did to me? Let's see here. They think they got away with it, whatever it is. Nope, they're defending their stance not to be empathetic or sympathetic. You need to focus on healing, whatever that was, whatever the situation was for you. Focus on healing. Lynn, is the cycle complete? 3 months, no contact. Lynn, is the cycle complete? No contact. Yeah, I don't see that this, if this was a friend situation, I don't see this coming back around. I think you're on opposite spectrums. I think that, especially if this is a friend situation, I think you both still love each other, but I don't see that this is coming back around. You're welcome, Lynn. Lena, anyone coming towards Lena? I just seen a Capricorn wanted to come out. Somebody from your past. This is a person who's still held on to you for a very long time. Maybe you've known this person for the last 10 years. Okay. Reese, 1 month no contact. Is it done? Reese. Yes. Strength, Hierophant, and the Death card. There's strong placement that this cycle is complete. It's over with that person. Marta, will my person go for the third party? Marta, will your person go to the third party? Yes, but they're not going to be honest with them. They're going to be deceptive with you and with them. Leda, I don't do legal or pregnancy stuff. Joyce, what's in Joyce's energy? You're going to miss an opportunity. If you're single and you want to meet somebody, you're going to miss an opportunity because you're blindsided to what you need to do. There's a change that your intuition's been telling you about, maybe the way you communicate or the energy you place when you go out and about. You need to work on how to communicate with people, how to make eye contact, how to interact with people when you talk with them. If you make that change, then there could be potential. Let's see here. Give me one more. Somebody close to you has given you this advice in the past. Yeah, there's the truth. If you don't want to accept the truth, nothing's going to change. But if you accept the truth, you make the change with that Death card, you do the transformation. I see you could get whatever you're wishing for. So if you're wishing for a person or a new job or whatever it is. Let's see here. Gianna. Is Joey involved with someone else? Is Joey involved with someone else? He might be sleeping with somebody else. Joey's got a lot of options. 7 of Cups. Yeah, he likes to make a lot of promises to people, but he doesn't necessarily satisfy all of those promises. He just kind of sits and waits and sees the interaction that people say, and then he closes out cycles with people that don't interact with it. Feels very gamey, like he plays a lot of games. So... Michelle, the new person you're talking to, is it going to be serious or is there someone else? He did not tell you something when it came to the communication. He was going to maybe call you or text you and he didn't, and he told you something else. That wasn't the truth, just so you know. Okay, what's going to be the likely outcome here? Yeah, you're a little bit anxious about this person. You want a new beginning. You may find that this person doesn't believe that there could be a long-term. There's a defeat in this person's energy, but you're a little bit anxious because of this person. And like I said, maybe they said they were going to call you or they're going to text you and they didn't. And then when you called them out, they said, oh, it's because of X, Y, and Z, but you knew it wasn't. You need to take a leap of faith and open up to other opportunities. Don't close yourself off to one person. Be open and receptive to some other people. If she does that, then what? I do see there could be somebody else worth investing in. It might even be somebody you meet when you're going to work, leaving work, or something in the work placement. Okay. Wayne, is my relationship with Colleen over? Hi, Wayne. Let's see here. Wayne and Colleen. Wayne and Colleen. You feel left out in the cold. You feel like she's your soulmate, your destiny. She feels confident. She doesn't know what she wants yet. She's going back and forth, back and forth. She doesn't know whether she's coming or going. She does have boundaries in place right now. So maybe you're in no contact. She's put boundaries in place until she makes a decision. She hasn't made a decision yet. Yeah, she's very defensive about not making a decision, not coming towards you, but not necessarily moving completely away from you either. She has not decided yet. So you're still in limbo, unfortunately. Well, she's in limbo, but you don't have to stay in limbo. You can move on. You can move away from it. You have free will to do whatever you want. All right. Let's see here. Karen, should I stay with Troy or see me meeting someone else? Karen. I see a new person wanting to come towards you. Yeah, this is somebody who is holding back from you. Why are they holding back? Could be a Virgo, a Scorpio. Somebody that you were friends with is interested in you. You also have two other people coming towards you. You have a fire sign and you have an earth sign. So you got a lot of people coming towards you. What about Troy? What's going to happen with Troy? Ooh, the 10 of Cups. So that could work out in your favor for the long term. There's going to be a lot of communication coming in. Things are going to pick up really quick with him. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. All right. So you might be seeing 10-10 as your confirmation. So you have to decide what you want. All right. Mark, is my relationship ready to start over again? Mark, is your relationship ready to start over? You guys have a lot of issues you guys need to talk about. Somebody runs away from the situation instead of talking it out. There's other people in the energy here, Mark, that is influencing the defensive energy. I don't know if this is on your side or your person's side, but it is causing a disruption between the two of you. There could even be a mother figure, a sister, an aunt, somebody in divine feminine energy that is trying to play a part in decision-making with you and your person. Let's see here. Gianna, do you see anyone else coming into my life? Gianna, anyone else coming towards Gianna? No, I don't see. What about after? You know, I want you, Gianna, to do like a glow up, whether that's physically, financially, spiritually. When you glow up, you're going to get exactly what you wish for, which is a long-term relationship, may even be marriage. But you have to go through some type of glow up before you're going to get there. Because right now you're in the 8 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. And that's telling me that you've had hurt, you've had disappointments, you've had like almost like this energy of things just never work in my favor. It's like a very negative energy that you need to work through that. And when you finally say, you know what, that's the past. I don't want that anymore. I'm starting out and I'm going to work on myself, and you engulf into that energy and you get into this, like this happy, vibrant, go lucky, like life is working in my favor energy, this glow up internally and externally. that is bringing in whatever you're wishing. So if you're wishing for a husband or a wife, a home, generations of stability, I see that coming in, but you have to go through a glow up first. All right. Let's see here. Jane, will I ever meet my soulmate? Will you ever meet your soulmate, Jane? Jane. You have already met your soulmate. There was an ending. The soulmate actually came into your life to teach you about love and teach you about loss. There's more than one soulmate out there, but you're holding on to the idea that it's just your soulmate that you can be with, and that is just not true. There's going to be an opportunity in the future here, but here's the deal. It's going to be with somebody that lives at a distance from you. This is somebody, the communication comes in really quick, really fast, and because they live at a distance, you may say, no, I'm not interested. Give this person a chance. Give them an opportunity because they do check off a lot of what you want, but they're not your actual soulmate. So you can be with somebody even though they're not your soulmate. So I want you to let go of the idea of only being with a soulmate because you've already been with one in this lifetime already. And they taught you a significant lesson. But I want you to have hope and faith that your person's out there, but they may not necessarily be labeled as a so-called soulmate. Okay. Someone else asked about soulmate too. I thought I seen it up here. Okay. Let's see. Melissa, how does my love life look? Melissa, you're bored with your options. Melissa. Yeah, you're just content with your options. Your intuition's been telling you to stop overgiving. The options that you have around you or has been around you in the recent past, strongly they have been takers, not givers. You need to give to yourself what you would want someone to give to you, and you're going to attract somebody that will give to you. Yeah, it could be around March too if you start working on that now. Your intuition knows this too. Let's see. Okay. Is there reconciliation coming? Grace. Is reconciliation coming for Grace? I got 8 more minutes and then I got to go. I've been on here for a very long time. No. Grace, I think that it's going to be a missed opportunity to have reconciliation. You both are holding on to each other. Somebody could be 44 years old. You're both holding on to each other, but you both are needing to accept that what once was is not going to be in the current energy. I think if you did some meditation or you spent some time by yourself, you're going to be illuminated to why it actually is not going to come back around. Amy, is my ex my soulmate? Amy, is your ex your soulmate? No, your ex was somebody that was teaching you about how to love yourself. You know, every person we interact with is somebody that teaches us something. There was something you were supposed to grow. It could be even your intuition was supposed to grow because of your ex. If you were with this person and you always kind of felt like you knew things before things actually happened or before they said something, that was you increasing your intuition. That was the reason why you're with that person. So I guess you could call them a soulmate of learning. Karen, you can do a Zoom one-on-one reading with me on my website. I took the 15-minute option out because it was just not something people wanted to do. They usually want 30 minutes or longer. So the 30-minute option is on there. If you have issues, just message me either through my website, timelessdivinetarot.com, or you can send me an email, timelessdivinetarot@gmail.com. Okay. Yes, Jane, you can get a personal reading through my website. Lonnie, when are you going to find your person? Lonnie, when are you going to find your person? I'm going to switch decks. This one's Dunzo. Lonnie. October is going to be a really good time period for you. If you are not putting yourself out there around October, that's a good time for you to start getting to know somebody. There's going to be a job offer that comes in for you. Take the job. If you take that job offer, that is going to lead you to your person. Tammy, I do actually. You guys do you want initials? I have letters and I also have charms. I could pull those if you guys are interested. Tammy, when do you find your long-term person? Hold on, let me go grab those. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, Tammy, let's see here. I got my letters here. When do you meet your long-term person? When you stop looking. When you start saying, you know what, I'm okay, I'm good. It's going to be around Pisces season. What's the sign she's going to see? Let's get a charm, we'll get a letter. The letter T, hopefully you can see it, is going to be significant. You may meet this person at a candy store. B-O-T-T. B-O and T-T are letters that are going to be in this person's name. Maybe it's the city or the state that they live in. Could be maybe the workplace that they live in. So you're going to see those letters are going to be significant. Pisces season is going to be significant too. Okay. Oh, you like it when I sing, Gianna? You know what's funny is I love to sing. I'm not a good singer, but I hear the songs, they come in and then I just have to sing them. So because I can't say them for some reason, it translates when I sing because I always get downloads that way for some reason. Songs like are heavy for me. Let's see. Okay, Yolanda, when will you find your soulmate and letters and initials? Yolanda. You need to spread your wings and create something. When you get into a creative placement in your life, like maybe you're creating a hobby, you're creating a new schedule, you're creating a business, you're creating something, that's when you meet this person. So there's something about you in the next 3 to 5 years are going to create something. That's actually when you're meeting this person. Let's get some letters that might be significant. K-E and C. K, E, and C could be significant. Okay. Let's see. Gianna, what initials do you see? Gianna. Hopefully it's not too loud. A and A. Okay. Let's see. Kim, will he be back? Kim, will he be back? I got 1 more minute, then I got to go. Kim. You know, here's the thing is you're going to be disappointed because there's not a lot of optimism of him coming back. And the problem is because he is somebody he's kind of overindulging. He's not being true and he's not going to bring you true happiness. You're not going to feel inspired that he's making you happy. So I don't see that happening. 1 more question, then I have to go. Joanne, you want some initials? Okay. Joanne, what are the initials for you? Oh, you got a lot. Okay, we got T, D, E, M, and P. So T, D, E, M, and P. Okay, I've been on here for 2 hours. I have to go. I want to thank everybody who joined the live. And Karen, I'll pull your initials really quick and then I got to go. If you guys want a personal reading, check out my website. Or if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. And please like the video, comment. I really do appreciate it. It does help me. All right, your letters are R, I, E, and U. Okay, if you guys came on after the live, I will put the timestamps down below. I have you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.